You are watching The Bible Witness.
I was born in a time of silence from God. My people, the Israelites, brought foreign idols into his house and pushed aside the words of truth. God saw it all, so he gave us into the hands of the Philistines. We became captives in our own land, humiliated, bound, and helpless. But somewhere in a quiet field at dawn, God began to speak again. My mother was out working the soil alone as she always did. She had no idea her life was about to change. A messenger stood before her, radiant, unlike anyone she had ever seen. He wore white and silver, his wings shining, a sword at his side.
You will conceive and give birth to a son. He will be set apart to God from the womb. He will begin to save Israel from their enemies.
She ran to tell my father. He wanted to believe her, but doubt clouded his face. Still, they prepared an offering. A goat was laid on the altar. My father lit the flame. It rose high, wild, and hot. My mother stared into the fire, searching, waiting. Then, the angel appeared again, standing in the heart of the fire, untouched.
You must not drink alcohol or eat dirty food during pregnancy. Do not cut your son's hair for the rest of his life.
My parents were too overwhelmed to speak. Since then, everything had changed. I was born in a quiet place, far from the noise of the cities. My mother followed everything the angel told her. No wine, no unclean food, no razor. As I grew, so did my strength. So as my reputation. My family has been happy for a long time. One day, I was walking through the market. The sun was strong, the streets were crowded, and people were busy with their day. I wasn't looking for anything. But then I saw her. Her clothes were fine, her hair golden, and she moved with quiet grace. My eyes locked on her. I couldn't look away. She turned just for a moment, and our eyes met. Something pulled at me. I didn't know her name, didn't care where she was from. I only knew I wanted her. I walked toward her. When we stood face to face, we didn't speak. She looked at me, and I looked at her. From that moment, we belonged to each other. That night, I sat down with my parents and told them what I wanted. My father didn't answer, but I saw his hands tighten around his staff. My mother turned to him, confused. She didn't know what to say.
Please let me marry her.
My parents looked at me for a long time, then sighed and gave a small nod. We were getting married. I tried some clothes on. I rarely cover my body, but this is my wedding. We stood in front of the altar and held hands. She looked at me, and I looked at her. We were husband and wife. That night, the tent was full. Our Philistine guests drank and laughed. One spilled wine on the floor. They tore meat with their hands like animals, fighting like children. I watched them from across the table. They look like pigs to me. Let me now put forth a riddle unto you.
Speak forth your riddle, that we may hear it.
If ye can certainly declare it me within the 7 days of the feast, then I will give you 30 sheets and 30 change of garments. But if ye cannot declare it me, then shall ye give me 30 sheets and 30 change of garments.
Put forth thy riddle, that we may hear it.
Out of the eater came forth meat, and out of the strong came forth sweetness. They looked at each other, puzzled. One scratched his beard, thinking hard. Another leaned in and whispered to the man beside him. My wife looked at me from across the table, awkwarded.
What could this mean?
I sat back in my chair, for I knew they wouldn't solve it. They couldn't solve the riddle, Day after day, they sat together but couldn't figure it out. They grow angry. Then one of them have got an idea. On the 7th day, they went to her.
Entice thy husband, that he may declare unto us the riddle. Lest we burn thee and thy father's house with fire. Have ye called us to take what we have? Is it not so?
She came to me crying. I hate when she does that.
Thou dost but hate me, and lovest me not. Thou hast put forth a riddle unto the children of my people, and hast not told it me.
Behold, I have not told it my father nor my mother, and shall I tell it thee? She broke down crying right in front of me.
If thou lovest me, tell me the secret.
I looked down. I didn't want to speak. Her tears dropped onto her hands. I turned away. I couldn't look at her anymore.
Surely thou lovest me not.
I told myself to hold firm, to wait it out. But she was relentless. Day after day, the same question. I tried to shut it out, pretend I didn't hear. Her tears weren't just drops. They were pressure. The way she leaned in, how her voice cracked, it chipped away at me. I started to wonder if I was being cruel. I wanted to believe she cared. But part of me knew. Something deeper felt off. Still, her crying didn't stop. I began to break. I just wanted silence, peace. I wanted it over. Is that how marriage is supposed to be? Behold, I will tell thee the secret. Eventually, I submitted to her. I was walking alone through the forest. The trees were tall and quiet. Then I slowed down. Something didn't feel right. I looked to the side. The bushes were moving. A lion jumped out. I stepped back just in time. It didn't see me at first. I crept behind it. Then we faced each other, just a few steps apart. It crouched low, ready to attack. I didn't move. When it charged, I dodged to the side. As it passed me, I grabbed its mane. We crashed to the ground. Its body slammed into mine. I held its mouth, my arms locked tight. Then I pulled with both hands, forcing its jaws apart. My muscles burned. Sweat ran down my face. Finally, it stopped moving. I stood up beside it. I was out of breath, staring at what I'd done. Sometime later, I came back. The body was still there, but something was different. I walked closer. Bees had made a hive inside its bones. I knelt down, reached in. They covered my arms. I took some honey and tasted it. It was sweet. I smiled. I filled a couple of jars with it. They were full, and the bees kept coming. When I gave the jars to my parents, I never told them where it came from. She got up fast. I could see something was wrong.
He hath told me the secret.
The soldiers ran down the street to spread the word. By sunset, they were all waiting for me at the gate.
What is sweeter than honey?
And what is stronger than a lion?
If ye had not plowed with my heifer, ye had not found out my riddle. They tricked me, so I went to pay my debt the way I said I would. I found other Philistine drinking at a tavern. I walked in. One by one, I knocked them down, and I took their clothes. 30 sets, just like I promised. They were drinking in the tavern when I came. I opened the door. I walked in and dropped the clothes. No one said a word. I turned around and left. I came back for her. She was standing there at the altar, but not with me. The guests were smiling, drinking, like it was just another wedding. I pushed the door open and stepped inside. I walked straight down the aisle. They moved out of my way. My hands were clenched. I was trying not to explode. I slammed my hand on the table. The cups spilled. Someone jumped back, knocked over a chair. I grabbed the table and flipped it. She backed away. Her new groom stepped in front of her.
Why have you come? This is no longer your wife.
I took her as my wife. Why did you give her away?
I thought you utterly hated her. I gave her to your companion. Take her younger sister instead. She is fairer than she.
Both enraged and broken. I turned around and walked toward the door. I didn't look back. That night, the land was still, but I wasn't. I'd caught wild animals, tied fire to their tails, and let them loose. Their backs burned like I burned inside. They tore through the Philistines' fields, spreading my anger with every step. Even the bundles they'd already harvested, gone in seconds. I made sure the fire reached the olive trees too. I wanted them to feel it everywhere. The whole field became a furnace. Their pride, their harvest, turned to smoke. I stood above it. I felt no guilt. I smiled. That was my revenge. They couldn't touch me, so they went after them.
Where is Samson's wife?
Please, we meant no offense.
You helped him burn our fields.
One of them threw a torch onto the roof. The straw caught fire right away. My wife was inside. So was her father. They had nowhere to go. They held each other, waiting for their death. No one stopped it. No one said a word. They just stood there and watched it burn. When I arrived, it was too late. They stood there like they didn't care, like nothing had happened. I didn't stop to think. I just ran at them. I hit one and took his weapon. Then more came. I didn't hesitate. I swung hard, aiming to break his bones. And when it was done, they were lying dead all around me. Then the sky opened. Cold rain, like the world trying to wash it all away. I went back to the ruins. My hands were shaking when I started digging. I found a scrap of her dress and a piece of her bone. That was all. I sat down and held her like it meant she was still there. But she wasn't. There was no fire left in me, just silence and the sound of rain. The Philistines came at dawn. From the hilltop, I saw their army setting up camp. Their commander stood in front of his tent with a sword pointing toward the hills. Then the men of Judah arrived, facing them from a distance.
Why have you come up against us?
We have come to capture Samson.
It didn't surprise me. After what I did to them, I knew they would come. The men of Judah didn't want to fight, so they came looking for me. I saw them making their way down the rocky path toward my cave. I walked out to meet them. I already knew why they were there.
Don't you know the Philistines rule over us?
As they did to me, so I did to them.
We've come to bind you and hand you over.
Swear you won't kill me yourselves.
We won't kill you. We'll only bind you.
One of them pulled fresh ropes from his shoulder. He stepped toward me and began to tie my hands. His hands shook. The ropes were new and tight, meant to hold strong. I clenched my fists as he tied the final knot. I stood up. My hands were bound, but I was steady. Two men took the rope and started leading me out of the cave. I didn't fight them. We crossed the open field. The sun was high. I walked, surrounded by men from my own tribe. Then we reached the edge of the Philistine camp. I saw the Philistine soldiers waiting. They looked pleased. They lined up in front of me, rows of Philistine soldiers waiting to take me. I was still on my knees, my hands tied behind my back, bruised and cut. Then I felt it. Something changed in me. The ropes around my wrists started to crack. The ropes snapped, strand by strand, and fell to the ground. I stood up. I looked down and saw a dried jawbone lying in the dirt. I picked it up. One soldier rushed at me with his sword. I swung. The jawbone hit his chest and dropped him fast. Another came from the side. I turned, hit his shoulder. He fell too. After that, they kept coming. I didn't stop. Every time one moved, I struck chest, neck, legs. I moved through them like fire through dry grass. I don't know how long it lasted. My arms burned. My skin was covered in sweat and dust. The ground around me filled with bodies. I stepped over one and struck the next. They couldn't even touch me. It was done. They were all on the ground. 1,000 of them. Blood on the dirt. With the jawbone of a donkey, heaps upon heaps. With the jawbone of a donkey, I have slain 1,000 men. I could barely breathe. I let go of the jawbone. It dropped to the ground and rolled in the dirt. The battlefield was silent. No more shouting, no more running. Just me. I was still alive, but I felt like I was dying. My mouth was dry, my lips cracked. You have granted this great deliverance. Shall I now die of thirst and fall into the hands of the uncircumcised? Then I heard something, a crack. I turned. A rock nearby split open, and water began pouring out. I crawled toward it. My hands hit the wet earth. I leaned in fast and drank. Cold water rushed into my mouth. I kept drinking, my face in the stream, my hands soaking. I didn't stop until my breath came back. My body still hurt, but I could feel my strength return. God had not forgotten me. The brothel was dark and warm. Women all around me. I drank to forget. The wine was strong. I held the jar to my lips and kept drinking. One of the women filled my cup again without asking. I let her. Then the curtain moved. She entered like smoke. She didn't smile. Everyone looked at her. So did I. She danced, moving like a bird. Her hips moved with purpose. Her arms flowed. She looked like she was hunting, not hunted. I was drunk. But I knew the difference. This wasn't just another girl. She reminded me of my wife. Her eyes locked in me, powerful, charming. Delilah came closer. The other women moved out of her way. She stopped in front of me. The music kept playing. She didn't speak, just raised her hand and touched my face. Slow, careful. I turned and grabbed her wrist, my hand wrapped around it tight, just to feel if she was real. I looked up. She looked down, then I kissed her. While I lay sleeping in her arms, they came, 4 Philistine lords.
Entice him to tell us the secret of his great strength. Then we may overpower him and tie him up to subdue him. Each of us will give you 1,100 shekels of silver.
She looked at the silver for a long time. And from that night on, her hands were softer, her voice sweeter. She asked more questions. The room was quiet. She lay beside me, her body close, her skin warm against mine.
Please tell me the secret of your great strength and how you can be tied up and subdued.
I kept my eyes on the ceiling. I didn't answer right away. If anyone ties me with 7 fresh bowstrings that have not been dried, I'll become as weak as any other man. While I slept, she went to the back door. I didn't hear it open. The Philistine brought her the fresh bowstrings. She came back quietly, walking like a shadow. I was still asleep when she wrapped them around my arms, one by one, tight, careful. She tied the last knot and stepped away. Behind the curtain, they were waiting. Soldiers with weapons holding their breath.
Samson, the Philistines are upon you.
My eyes opened, cold, alert. I pulled once. The cords snapped. They broke like burnt threads. I stood. They rushed me. I grabbed one by the collar and threw him across the room. The second I kicked down. The last one I slammed into the wall. None of them got back up. And then Silence. Delilah was on the floor, arms around her knees, her head down. I watched her for a second. Then she wiped her face and looked up at me.
How lucky you woke up just in time. You made a fool of me and lied to me. Come now, tell me how you can be tied.
I didn't answer right away. I turned toward the window. She waited. If anyone ties me securely with new ropes that have never been used, I'll become as weak as any other man. And again, I watched her face, but she showed me nothing. She met the Philistine in the dark at the back door. He handed her the ropes, fresh and unused. Later, when I was asleep, she came back into the room. Quiet, careful, I was still sleeping. She tied my arms again, each knot firm, the last one tighter than before. 3 men were hiding behind the curtain, weapons drawn, waiting.
Samson, the Philistines are upon you.
I opened my eyes, cold, clear. The ropes snapped the second I pulled. They were nothing. The men rushed at me. First one, I threw him across the room. Second, I kicked him down hard. The last, I slammed him into the wall. All of them dropped. And again, silence. Delilah sat on the floor, arms around her knees. She looked like she'd been crying. Maybe she had. I didn't care.
How lucky you woke up just in time.
Later that night, we lay together. The candlelight flickered.
All this time, you've been making a fool of me and lying to me. Tell me how you can be tied.
My eyes opened, steady. If you braids the 7 braids of my hair, I'll become as weak as any other man. I pretended to sleep. She slipped behind me, parting my hair. Her fingers moved through the braids. Hidden behind the curtain, the soldiers waited with their spears.
Samson, the Philistines are upon you.
My eyes snapped open. One man rushed in. I caught him instantly. A second came at me, straight off my elbow. I grabbed a nearby wooden frame and hurled it at the last man. Behind me, Delilah froze, eyes wide with fear. Beside her, I already felt the distance growing. Trust was slipping, and I knew love without it was fragile.
How can you say you love me when your heart is not with me? You've mocked me 3 times and haven't told me the secret of your strength.
I was exhausted, worn down by her persistence. My strength felt heavy inside me. No razor has ever touched my head. I've been a Nazirite dedicated to God from my mother's womb. If my head were shaved, my strength would leave me, and I'd be as weak as any other man. Her silence afterward told me everything. She had won.
Come up once more. He has told me everything.
My worth had been measured in money. That was all I was to them. I rested anyway, knowing part of me had already fallen asleep forever. The moment came when I was most defenseless. I had given her the chance. With each cut, what made me different slipped away. My strength wasn't leaving loudly. It fell quiet, like hair to the ground. Her satisfaction was the proof that love had never been the reason.
Samson, the Philistines are upon you.
I rose thinking I could fight again, but the power was gone. My own body betrayed me. The fist I raised trembled. I will go out as before and shake myself free. When they came, I realized I was already defeated before they touched me. Pain replaced power. Even my breath belonged to them. Bound by ropes, I felt the truth. I was just another man now. My head hung not just from weakness, but from shame. Being dragged away felt like being torn from myself. One last look, one last tear. Nothing could undo what I had given away. Our eyes met, but there were no words left between us, only silence. Her face told me she felt nothing. That hurt more than the ropes. She was left with her victory, but I wondered if even she felt its weight. As they took me into the night, I knew that God had abandoned me. They chained me to the ceiling, leaving me broken and bleeding. My wrists were torn open, the iron cutting deep into my flesh. A soldier came in, looking at me like an animal to be slaughtered. He raised the dagger, and I knew what he was about to do. I opened my eyes, too weak to resist, and waited for the pain. They gouged out my eyes. Blood ran down my face, and the world went dark forever. They treated me like an animal, forcing me to grind the mill. My eyes were gone, my body broken. I sank into despair, believing everything was lost. I sat in silence without hope. But then, I felt a light from above. God had not abandoned me. His presence returned. My hair began to grow again, and with it, my strength and faith. The Philistines gathered in celebration, filling the temple of the false god. They stood proud before Dagon, mocking my God. Their priests bowed to stone and gold. Their leaders raised their cups in victory. Thousands watched from above, waiting to see me humiliated. The guards dragged me in, blind and broken. The crowd roared at the sight of me. I stood weak among them, head bowed low. They laughed and mocked me from the roof.
Bring him forward. Let him entertain us.
Sweat burned my blind eyes. They placed me between the pillars. Let me feel the pillars that support the temple. I found them and rested my hands upon the stone. Sovereign Lord, remember me. Please, God, strengthen me just once more. Let me with one blow get revenge on the Philistines for my 2 eyes. My hands pressed firmly against the pillars. My fingers dug into the stone, muscles straining. I pushed with all my strength. Still they laughed, blind to what was coming. My body shook, my hair drenched in sweat. Let me die with the Philistines. I cried out without voice and gave all my might. The pillars cracked. Both began to break beneath my hands. The temple shook around us. The people panicked, screaming for escape. I pressed harder, my whole body against the stone. The pillars gave way. The roof came crashing down. Their rulers were buried in the ruins. Their false god lay shattered, and I, Samson, died with them. Yet in death, I struck down more.
Daniel, I am Ishtar, the Babylonian goddess of war.
I serve only one God.
You dare interpret the king's dream?
Thank you, O Lord.
You are watching The Bible Witness.
Daniel!
I hear you, Lord.
That night, I met a goddess.
Who are you?
I am Ishtar, the Babylonian goddess of war.
I serve only one God, the living one.
The God you serve is dead.
Nonsense. Do not fool me, Babylonian goddess.
Are you certain?
Right after she asked me, suddenly, the chamber trembles, and I hear the stone groan. Something has begun. The wall breaks open. Dust chokes the air, and war rushes in.
What's that?
Babylonian soldiers pour into our Cody like a flood, crimson banners snapping like screams in the wind.
If your God is good, call him to protect your people from my people.
My chest tightens with the weight of what I must carry.
Lord, please hear my call. I'm the writeress, your servant. Please save my soul and my people's.
I lift my face to heaven, jaw locked against despair, hoping.
Your God won't come, Daniel. Serve me, or you will be destroyed. I'll let you live to think again. Trust me, not everyone has my favor like you.
And then the light returns, pulsing, alive. Does my God abandon me? I watched in horror as Babylon's fury spilled through the shattered gate, a tide of steel and crimson banners drowning Jerusalem. Their boots crushed clay and prayer alike. Our homes fell not just in stone, but in spirit. Behind a splintered table, I saw a mother stifle her children's cries, their eyes wide with a terror I could not protect them from. The square, once filled with voices and trade, now lay silent under the smoke of mourning and blood. The Babylonians walked over the words of God as if they were gravel, sacred letters broken beneath foreign heels. Our goblets and menorahs are pulled from their places by rough hands. That lamp, engraved with the name of the Lord, clattered into a pile of stolen grace, its fall louder than thunder in my soul. We were captured around me. Tears and death all over, they stole our goblets and menorahs. They laid our sacred vessels before Ishtar's altar, as if to force God himself to kneel, a blasphemy to our God. My eyes burned from smoke while I woke up. They paraded us like trophies, shackled and bruised, through the skeleton of what used to be our home. Each step over shattered stone echoed the sound of a world ending. He wanted to see me fall. I stumbled, yes, but stood tall again, because falling would mean surrender. Jerusalem faded behind us, a smoldering grave of our people. We were marched through its corpse like the spoils of war. I will never forget my homes even when it was destroyed. Night cloaked their camp in silence, but we could hear the murmurs, laughs, bets, mockery. We were curiosities now, strangers caged in foreign firelight. My wrists ached, but I would not show pain. They could chain my body, but my will remained untamed. They brought us before their king like animals for judgment. But I wasn't afraid of his throne. Then I looked at him, my brothers were fading. I wished I could lift them, but all I had was my gaze. Nebuchadnezzar stared at me like I was a riddle to solve, a flame to extinguish. I met his gaze and thought, "You destroyed our temple, but not our God." My fury pressed against my skin, begging to be seen, but I held it just beneath the surface. He would see only resolve.
You four are said to be the wisest of your people.
I would not blink, not even breathe more than needed. He could study me all he wanted. What he saw was the beginning of his undoing. They offered us a lavish feast, hoping we'd forget who we were, but every bite reeked of compromise.
The king has ordered that you eat what he eats and drink what he drinks.
I couldn't touch it. That food came from their altars, steeped in a worship I could not accept. I rose and made my decision clear. We would not trade obedience to God for royal comfort.
I ask that we not defile ourselves with this food. Give us only vegetables to eat and water to drink.
He hesitated, caught between duty to the king and the fear of failure. I didn't envy his position.
If you grow weak, the king will have my head. Test us for 10 days.
He fell quiet, calculating the risk. I watched him weigh my faith against his fear.
Then compare us to the others.
At last he agreed. That night, the king dreamed of himself standing alone in a realm untouched by time. Even he, in all his might, seemed lost. Before him rose a statue unlike any seen by men. The head made of gold, chest made of silver, hips made of bronze, legs made of iron, and feet made of clay. The head shone like the king's own arrogance. Then it came. A stone, cut not by human hands, falling like judgment. It struck the weak foundation, iron and clay, strength and weakness forced to coexist. The monument collapsed. I saw him wake, eyes wide, sweat on his brow. He didn't yet understand, but he would. He gasped for air as if he'd drowned in revelation. The dream was over, but its truth had only begun. The king sat in silence, haunted by something no sword could conquer. As the door opened, they all waited to see if God would speak through me. What I carried was my own wisdom, and faith. The king's power was immense, but the dream had humbled even him.
Can you tell me what I dreamed and what it means?
No wise man can do this, but there is a God in heaven who reveals mysteries. He showed you what is to come. You saw a great statue, immense, dazzling. The head was gold. That is you and your kingdom. After you, another kingdom shall rise, the kingdom of silver. Then a bronze one will rule the earth. A kingdom of iron will crush all others. But its feet were partly clay. It will be the darkest time. Then a rock struck the statue. That was the eternal kingdom of God. This was truly my dream.
Nebuchadnezzar promoted me after I interpreted his dream. This chamber may be mine, but my soul did not belong here. The city below shimmered like gold dust in the dark, but I knew it was hollow. Its towers stabbed the sky like prayers to other gods. I whispered one of my own, to the only one who listens. Then the air cracked. She came in fury, her gaze found mine as if I'd summoned her by daring to speak truth. I did not move. I had faced fire before.
You dare interpret the king's dream?
I did not blink. The message was not mine. It had been given. Her lion snarled at my feet.
The Lord gives understanding to whom he chooses.
You will regret crossing me, prophet.
You cannot silence truth.
Then your friends will suffer for your defiance.
Her threats were old tricks. I served a fire no lion could touch. Flames coiled around her as she vanished, a goddess fleeing the truth, alone again. The chamber echoed with silence, but I was not shaken. She would not be the last to try and twist what was holy. I turned back to the window. Babylon still glittered, unaware its end had been spoken. Nebuchadnezzar built a statue of himself and ordered everyone to worship it. Those who refused would be burned alive. My friends refused to kneel. Now they stood at the edge of the fire, condemned for their faith. The soldiers pushed them closer to death. But the men did not resist. They had already made their choice. The king watched with satisfaction. He thought fear would finish what his laws could not. I tried to stop it, but the guards held me back. I could only watch. One of the guards got too close. The flames took him instantly. Then something happened. The fire didn't harm them. One of them smiled. Not out of pride, but because he knew he wasn't alone. The king stepped closer, stunned. This wasn't what he expected. I stared into the fire, trying to understand. How were they still standing? They stood side by side, calm, as if nothing had touched them. And then I saw a fourth figure, glowing with wings. A son of God was in there with them. After the fire, we found our way to the temple. We knew this was where we would part ways. After all, they were still here with me.
We must go to the wilderness. Others must hear the word. The fire did not consume us. We must not stay silent. This is not goodbye, just the path we were meant to walk.
I watched them turn and leave, their backs to the statue and their faces toward the forest. They didn't hesitate. I stayed, not because I doubted, but because something told me I was meant to remain, for now. The silence was heavier than stone. I stood beneath the statue of Ishtar and felt the air shift. She was here.
You lost again.
I can hear her fury. I met her gaze and held it. I had no shield but truth, and still, I stood.
Then your king shall lose his mind because of you.
I ran through the corridor, breath sharp in my chest. The walls felt narrower with each step. I reached the chamber and threw the doors open. I screamed.
Your Majesty, Ishtar is coming to you and...
But my warning was too late. On the ground, he crouched like a beast. His growl sent a chill up my spine. He was already becomes a beast. He pounded the floor and screamed. His eyes were wide, but they didn't see me. They didn't see anything. I turned back to the door, tried to run. He charged at me like a predator. The room shook with his fury. I bolted. My hand clutched the edge of my robe, my feet barely touching the floor. Behind me, he circled like a caged animal, gasping, snarling. The king was no more. 7 years had passed. I walked into the desert to find the king. I climbed the ridge and raised my hand to shade the flame. Something moved beyond the tall grass. I stopped. I knew what I was looking at, even before my mind accepted it. He was on all fours, eating from the earth, like an animal born in rags. His face was buried in the grass. Mud clung to his skin. The crown was long gone. So was the man. I tried to approach him. He let out a raw, guttural roar. He didn't realize me.
Repent before the Lord your God, and you shall be restored.
He froze. Then slowly, his head bowed. His knees touched the dirt. His breath steadied. His face eased. The war inside him quieted. He looked up and nodded. Just once. He was him again. He took a step. His hand moved to his chest. He remembered who he was. His body tilted toward me. I caught him before he fell. I bowed my head. My forehead rested against his tangled hair. My hands gripped his shoulders. He was gone. The king now was in the arms of God, our God. His son took the throne. The crown returned to the house of gold. But the enemy, the Persians, were already waiting. The sword had been raised long before the feast. He drank from the sacred cups. What his father feared, he mocked. Then God sent us another message. The gates broke. The Persian army flowed in like fire through dry grass. They burned the rooftops first. The homes followed. The city howled. Smoke choked the sky. Babylon has fallen. They brought me to the stone hall. I walked in silence, old steps echoing in a new empire. The Persian palace was colder. Then the Babylonians' Emperor Darius watched me from the throne as I approaching him. I had nothing to fear. My allegiance had never shifted. He smiled, not out of mockery, but recognition. He had heard of me. He rose and reached out. A gesture rare among kings. We were no longer strangers. He suddenly embraced me. You are a man of faith, Daniel. Faithful to our God amidst a sea of those fake gods who born from darkness.
I only serve the Most High, my God, and not your God.
He tilted his head. His smile held. Your God is my God in another name. There is only one God. His name is Ahura Mazda.
My God does not change names.
He looked at me. The smile faded. I returned his gaze, ready to take his wrath. Enough talking. Ahura Mazda creates all things and is the only living God. We look from different sides of the same light. I did not argue. The truth does not need defending. He touched my shoulder once, then walked away. I let him go. I stood alone, but not abandoned. Ahura Mazda is lighting his fire. I served Darius with diligence. My hands worked as much as my prayers. He asked questions no one else dared. I gave him answers I did not own. He called me friend. They gave me a seat beside him and hated me for sitting there. Their silence grew louder each day. I knew what was coming, but I stayed. Darius held court that morning. The trap had already begun. The officials brought the decree. They said it came from concern for unity. Your Majesty, let it be known across all lands that all must pray only to you, for you are Ahura Mazda upon the earth. He listened. I think he wanted to believe them. I saw one of them glance aside. He already knew what this would cost me. Such a law would unite the empire in reverence. The others gave nothing away, but they had planned it all. He looked up as if for guidance. It didn't come. Then he signed, not knowing he had just condemned his friend. I was still recording the day's edicts when I felt her enter. Something in me already knew what was coming. I didn't turn. Ishtar's presence was unmistakable. She appeared as always, regal, glowing, a predator wrapped in beauty.
That king calls himself a living Ahura Mazda. Soon he'll deny me, and even your lord.
Her tone shifted, soft and hungry.
Help me overthrow him, Daniel. Align your voice with mine.
How would such a pact be made?
You must speak in both names, Ishtar and your Most High.
I'd heard enough.
I will speak in one name alone.
It shocked her. She grabbed my robe.
I've never knelt to no one but you, Daniel. Please. They killed my people, destroyed my shrines. They abandoned me. You don't have to.
You're begging now?
Her face was still wet, but her pride returned.
I was beauty before the world had eyes.
She tried to seduce me.
Even gods long to be seen.
I don't let lust to drag me out of God. I felt her breath.
Don't touch me.
The lion at her feet growled.
You will regret this, prophet. Tomorrow Darius will turn on you.
Then she was gone. The room was silent again, but I knew it wouldn't stay that way. I was still on my knees when they came. They didn't knock. They never do when orders are given. I felt their hands on me before I even looked up. I didn't resist. My hands stayed where they belonged, over my heart. The room said nothing, but the floor still remembered I had prayed. They led me through stone and silence. I glanced aside, and I saw what happens to those who refuse to kneel. I faced forward. I was not afraid. The fire cast shadows. He stood beneath his God. His hands didn't move, but his thoughts did. He looked for answers in the fire. He would not find them there. Then he turned to face me and the silence broke. He asked, "Do you know whose bones on the corridor?" And don't answer, but I sensed something. They were your friends. What was left of them after I fed them to the lions? My eyes widened in pain. It can't be. Do you know the law? That prayer is only to me?
I know.
His voice rose like a storm wind. Then why did you pray to your God?
Because I serve him alone.
He finally understand that he can't make me yield. You were a brilliant official, Daniel. It's a shame you failed me.
Forgive me, my king. but I rather failed you than failed my God.
He called for the guards. "Take him away!" The guards came immediately. They dragged me back, but I kept my eyes on the fire, on the light. He closed his eyes, maybe to forget me, maybe to remember. I woke up on cold stone, lying on my side. I pushed myself up slowly. My arms felt weak. I looked around, trying to understand where I was. The cave was wide and dark, shadows everywhere. I stood up carefully, pressing my back against the wall for support. My knees were stiff, my heart heavy. Then I saw them, 2 lions stepping out from the darkness. Their eyes glowed. They were watching me. I was afraid more of them came. They moved low, growling under their breath. I could feel the sound in my bones.
O Lord, shut the mouths of the beasts. Deliver your servant.
Suddenly felt something soft press against my face. I opened my eyes. A lion, but it didn't bite. It touched me, like it knew me. Another lion, smaller, had curled up beside me. Its head was on my leg. It was sleeping. I looked up. The light was on my face again.
Thank you, O Lord.
It's not him, Daniel. It's me.
She was here. I turned toward her, slowly. Every part of me was alert. She walked with calm certainty. The lions followed her like sheep.
They are mine, Daniel. The lion answers to me.
It's not possible. She stood right in front of me, still, watching. I could hear my heartbeat. I could feel the question she hadn't asked yet.
You prayed, but I answered.
Liar.
Join me. You were not meant to die alone in silence. I give you a second change.
I didn't speak. I kept my eyes on the ground. Her words hung in the air like smoke. I shut my eyes again. She let her hand fall. She didn't move, but I felt her gaze like fire against my skin. I finally understand everything. She's waiting for my answer.
You know what? Darius was right about one thing. There is only one God. But he is the living God, my Lord.
She didn't respond, but I could feel the tension in the air shift.
Ahura Mazda, Ishtar, Baal, all names for one. And I know your true name.
For the first time, she showed fear.
Satan.
She gasped in shock. She screamed in fury. I knew then I had spoken the truth. She dropped her disguise. What stood before me was no goddess, only a demon filled with rage. The lions ran into the shadows.
I knew it.
He threatened me, but I didn't flinch. I had faced death already. He was only noise. Then I felt another presence. God was here to protect me.
None of the miracles before me are yours, but God's. You have claimed them as yours.
He screamed, rage, desperation. He reached for me, but there was nothing in his hand that could reach God.
You deceiver!
Then it began. His form, so proud and towering, cracked. He roared like a beast as the flame of God struck on him. The flames took him, limb by limb, until only the scream remained. Then that too was gone. He saved me not from the lions, but from Satan. The lions returned. They were no longer wild. They pressed against my legs, gentle as lambs. I sat down among them. Their breath was slow and warm. I closed my eyes in peace, the kind that only comes when truth remains and lies have burned away. When I stepped into the courtyard, I saw the king among his men. I walked slowly, the earth solid beneath my feet. The lions walked with calm purpose side by side, like they understood the moment better than the crowd. I saw his face harden. Doubt and awe met in his eyes. He had seen power before, but never like this. Two of the lions saw their praise. They started to attack, The evil must be punished. They ran, but justice was quicker. The lions did what law could not. The king stepped back. He had seen many things, but never holiness mixed with terror. I met his gaze. Then he bowed to the truth he could no longer deny. Many years has passed. I'm finding for a true king to serve. Through my visions I saw him, Alexander. His presence filled the air with conquest. The one that ruled earth, but not a finger to heaven he can touch. I walked past him. His glory was real, but it was not eternal. He would not be the one I bowed to. Then I saw another, Antiochus. He stood before an altar with a pig bound upon it. He called it sacrifice, but it was insult. He had desecrated the temple. I turned from him. He had violated what was sacred. He too would not be the one I bowed to. Then my feet stopped, not by will, but by something greater. I lifted my eyes because my soul demanded it, and I finally found him, the true king. I stood still as God arrived. He called him Adam and told us this man of clay stood where none of us had.
All shall bow before Adam.
Michael bowed without hesitation, his wings folding like it was natural. He accepted without question. I stayed upright, heart pounding. Something deep inside resisted. My fingers tightened around the hilt of my sword. Defiance had found shape. I looked at Adam, glowing with divine favor. I felt the distance between us sharpen. Michael glanced back, his eyes searching mine. He knew I would not kneel. I stepped forward, out of line, the silence of my decision louder than thunder. My wings stretched open. I wasn't asking for permission. I was claiming my will. I soared upward, breaking from the others, rising into the light. Then his hand moved, swift, final, no hesitation. Lightning tore through me. Fire wrapped around my limbs. I burned in silence. I fell. The sky vanished. Smoke and fire swallowed everything. I hit the stone below. My body twisted, wings shattered, feathers strewn like ash. But I opened my eyes. Something inside me was still alive. No longer pride, but hatred. But then, through the drifting haze, I saw her. A figure walking toward me from the shadows. I came into being, pulled out of nothing by God Himself. The first thing I ever saw was Him, the one who made me. With a single gesture, He gave me form and will. I bowed because I didn't yet know I had a choice. Then I watched Him create others, not just me. We were not unique. We were a host, made to obey. A handsome creature stood behind me. Even then, he seemed eager to serve. We gathered around him, the center of our purpose.
You were born to serve me.
Everyone accepted it instantly, as if it were truth. But something in me hesitated. I couldn't bow, not fully. God created the sea, and I realized He could shape everything. He hovered above it, sovereign over the chaos He had made. He commanded light into the sky, and it obeyed without question. The world began to take structure, order from the void. Michael raised the sun as if fulfilling his purpose with joy. I was given the moon, beautiful but colder, distant. Then the land came up, and we watched something permanent being born. I saw shapes spread over emptiness, mountains, valleys, distance. Michael began filling the earth with life, eager and faithful. The animals came from light, perfect, peaceful, fragile. I saw them move, and it made creation feel alive. I followed the pattern, spreading light where He willed. From that light, forests emerged, tall, quiet, growing. Michael made beauty flourish, as if this world needed praise. He created Eden. His presence marked the garden as His own.
I am Michael.
I am Samael.
Samael, come with me.
He placed something in my hand, a seed, glowing with power. I accepted it, unsure why it was given to me.
Plant it here.
When I did, the earth obeyed, and the seed took root. A tree rose, unlike anything else we had made. Its fruit shimmered like stars, heavy with mystery. God chose one of the fruits himself.
This is the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Eat.
I obeyed and tasted it, and something awakened inside me. Why? What will it do to me?
I have great plans for you, Samael.
Then he left me, his presence fading. I remained with the tree, the fruit still in my hand. I was left alone and confused. God took soil into his hands to begin shaping something new. From the dust, he formed the body of a man. The figure lay before us, lifeless but waiting. He breathed his spirit into it, giving it life. The first man awakened. Adam had come into existence. We all gathered, witnesses to this creation.
Adam is made in my image, and he is greater than the angels.
Many of them accepted his words and bowed to the man. I stayed on my feet, unable to bow. Doubt and resistance stirred inside me for the first time. I went to the shore alone, heavy with doubt. The thought of bowing to Adam burned inside me, and I wept in silence.
Samael, what's wrong?
You really don't see it, do you?
See what?
He put a creation above us.
Adam? He is made in his image.
We are his first children. Why are we to serve them?
Because that is his will.
So we are slaves forever?
No, we serve because we love him.
Love? Or blind obedience?
Careful with your words, Samael.
We built the sky, the sea, the sun, and still he says we are lesser.
You speak like you challenge him.
Maybe I do.
Then you've already fallen in your heart.
Better to fall than bow to injustice. Michael left me then, unwilling to follow. I remained by the sea, knowing the path before me was already chosen. I stood still as he arrived, light pouring from him like fire made flesh and made the air tremble. He called him Adam and told us this man of clay stood where none of us had.
All shall bow before Adam.
Michael bowed without hesitation, his wings folding like it was natural. He accepted without question. I stayed upright, heart pounding. Something deep inside resisted. My fingers tightened around the hilt of my sword. Defiance had found shape. I looked at Adam, glowing with divine favor. I felt the distance between us sharpen. Michael glanced back, his eyes searching mine. He knew I would not kneel. I stepped forward, out of line, the silence of my decision louder than thunder. My wings stretched open. I wasn't asking for permission. I was claiming my will. I soared upward, breaking from the others, rising into the light. Then his hand moved, swift, final, no hesitation. Lightning tore through me. Fire wrapped around my limbs. I burned in silence. I fell. The sky vanished. Smoke and fire swallowed everything. I hit the stone below. My body twisted, wings shattered, feathers strewn like ash. But I opened my eyes. Something inside me was still alive. No longer pride, but hatred. But then, through the drifting haze, I saw her. A figure walking toward me from the shadows. I thought no one would come, but then she entered the cave. She moved slowly, as if testing whether I was real. I saw caution in her eyes. She sensed danger. I was broken, barely alive, wings shattered, yet still watching. She hid, but her eyes met mine, surprised I still breathed. She spoke first, daring to break the silence. I forced my eyes open, showing I was not gone yet. I tried to move, but my body betrayed me. She stepped back, unsure if I was threat or ruin. I pulled myself against the stone, refusing to collapse completely.
You are the angel who fell?
I gave a small nod. It was all I could manage. She came closer, not with fear, but with defiance. I'm Samael. Who are you?
I'm Lilith, Adam's wife.
Ah, yes. I knew her. She was created right after Adam, but it seems like she doesn't into obeying, like me. She looked at my wings, and I saw pity turn to anger. That's when I had an idea. I can use her. You want to escape? Eat the fruit? She stayed silent, but her eyes did not leave mine. Find the freedom for yourself. She did not reply, but her silence was enough. In that darkness, I knew she would not leave me. I began to change, leaving behind my angel form. My body turned to scales. My eyes became serpent eyes. I placed myself before Lilith, tempting her to choose. Lilith broke his command for the first time. She swallowed the fruit, power rushing into her. I tore free of the serpent shell and spread black wings. I left the tree, carrying my new form. I rose higher, free from the ground. I rushed through the clouds faster than ever. I crossed the mountains. The light could not stop me. A vast desert opened before me. I landed on the sand, standing on free ground. Lilith came flying to me. She descended beside me, ready to stand with me. I stepped closer to welcome her. We faced each other, only a breath apart. We embraced for the first time. We kissed. We became one. Our children were born against his will. I saw Adam stood alone, still believing himself complete. Then the Creator came to him. The plan was to shape obedience into flesh by taking a part of Adam himself. From Adam's rib, a woman would be made, so she would belong to him and never stand as equal. Her spirit was formed before she could choose, molded for submission. When she awoke, there was no defiance, only acceptance of the role given to her. She showed reverence because she was created to yield. He stood as master, and she received him silently, knowing nothing else. They believed themselves united, their bond secured by order and rule. But I only see weakness. Their fall will be mine to shape. Eve is stepping into temptation. Desire begins to awaken in her. I come forth to guide that desire. She opens her mind to what is forbidden. Temptation takes hold of her thoughts. She chooses to reach for the forbidden. When she eats, sin enters the world. Adam too will be drawn into the same fate. She passes the rebellion to him. When he eats, the covenant with the Creator is broken. Judgment descends from heaven. The Creator appears in wrath. They realize what they have lost. The Creator's gaze shows only severity. The man trembles before his guilt. Judgment falls upon him. Judgment falls upon her as well. The final sentence is declared. They are driven out of the garden. They leave, Eden sealed behind them. Eve looks back, but paradise is lost forever. Adam and Eve entered exile, bound together in a land stripped of paradise. Adam began the burden of labor, breaking the ground so life could return. Eve joined him, nurturing what little they could raise from the soil. Adam shaped stone into order, learning to build with his own hands. Eve prepared their food, turning what was found into sustenance. Adam worked to guard their place, drawing boundaries against the wild. Eve cast seeds into the earth, the beginning of their harvests. Eve learned to weave fibers, crafting what nature no longer provided. Adam cut fabric from rough cloth, adapting raw matter for their use. Together they built shelter, raising the first roof against the world. Eve fashioned garments, covering the nakedness once hidden by Eden. Adam lit the fire, learning to hold warmth against the night. Adam and Eve sat together, clinging to each other in their new life of toil. I remained above, watching. Exile had begun, but so had my reign of temptation. I placed myself before Eve, weak and wounded, to draw out her pity. Her attention turned to me, exactly as I intended. She saw the serpent's pain and her heart softened. I held her gaze, letting compassion open the door. In her silence, I knew she was ready to accept me. I began to cast aside the disguise she pitied. The serpent's form dissolved, and I revealed myself in full. My wings spread, and she beheld the truth of who I am. Eve looked at me with fear and desire bound together. I gave her only a smile, and she yielded. She drew close to me, no longer resisting, but longing. In her embrace, I claimed her, body and spirit, completing her fall. Eve went into labor, carrying the seed I had left in her. She gave birth to Cain, my son, marked with my blood. Then she bore Abel, Adam's child, pure and favored by the Creator. From the start, Cain and Abel grew as opposites. One born of me, the other of Adam. Cain worked the soil, restless and hardened. Abel tended the flock, gentle and obedient. Cain brought his harvest to the altar, but I knew it would not satisfy the Creator. Abel brought his lamb, and the Creator's favor was already his. Fire fell for Abel, but Cain was left rejected, just as I willed. Rage filled him, and I stirred it deeper. Abel turned away, unaware of the storm rising behind him. Cain's hand closed on the weapon, the choice already sealed. He struck Abel down, the son of Adam falling beneath the son of Samael. Abel lay lifeless, and the earth drank the first blood. Cain fled, and all the sins in the world started from me. The children of Cain grew in number and skill, shaping tools from stone. They mastered fire and wood, learning to bend nature to their will. They struck metal, forging power from the earth itself. Fields spread, herds grew, and Cain's line built the first order of men. The Creator, displeased, sent 200 watchers down to control them. The watchers guided the people, teaching them how to raise stones and build cities. Under angelic hands, civilizations rose, crowded and proud. Temples were built, authority claimed in the name of heaven. The watchers gathered in judgment halls, pretending to be pure. They laid out commands, carving laws into stone. Then I entered, black-winged, stepping into their assembly. I smiled, for I knew they feared me more than they feared the Creator. One reached for his sword, but doubt already cracked their resolve. All turned to face me, and I spoke rebellion into their hearts. Soon they sought out mortal women, drawn by the desire I had planted. They took them into their arms, and the watchers themselves fell, joining me in corruption. From them, the Nephilim were born, towering over the children of men. Even in small acts, their strength overshadowed humanity. As they grew, they were trained for war. Violence became the only lesson they learned. I drew men and Nephilim into rituals that bound them to me. They carved signs of loyalty upon the earth in my name. Fires rose as they gathered to honor me in secret. Soon whole villages encircled the flame, giving themselves over. Among men, greed and conflict replaced kinship. They stole from one another, and no justice remained. The Nephilim turned their strength against cities, tearing down gates. They crushed men in their hands as though they were nothing. terror spread as giants hunted through the streets. At last, the Creator raised the sea as judgment. Men and Nephilim fled, but the wave towered behind them. The waters swallowed their cities and their pride. Multitudes were swept away in the flood. Even the giants were broken and drowned. I remained above, my wings dark against the storm. From the sky I watched destruction consume them all. Yet there is an ark still floated upon the waters. Inside, Noah and the animals endured, preserved by the Creator. I circled the vessel, seeing the world reset, though not freed from me. Many years after Noah, humanity began raising a tower, daring to climb toward heaven. Stone by stone, they sought to make their name eternal. Their eyes were fixed on the sky, as if nothing could stop them. But the Creator came down to see their pride. His judgment was set. Their unity would be broken. Men abandoned their labor as fear struck their hearts. The tower trembled. Their work crumbled before their eyes. Their dream of heaven fell into dust and ruin. Scattered, their tongues confused, they no longer spoke as one. From the ruins, new nations rose by the rivers. Each land built its own monuments, but none reached heaven again. Abraham lowered himself before the Creator, ready to surrender his will for a command. The Creator demanded proof of faith through the life of Abraham's son. I saw the weight of obedience settle on him, yet he accepted without question. What an idiot he is. I knew his devotion was also his weakness, and I would test it. I cloaked myself in another shape, so my words might pierce his certainty. As an elder, I stepped onto his path.
Where are you going so early in the morning? To the place God has told me to go. He told you to kill your own son, idiot. What kind of God would demand this cruel thing? It is the Creator's will. Even though I do not understand, I obey.
Abraham's faith was unshaken. He placed obedience above reason, above even love for his son. The boy carried the burden of his own sacrifice, unaware that he was walking toward death.
You innocent child, do you know what your father is going to do? He will tie you up and kill you.
If it is God's will, I will not resist.
Are those people all crazy? The father bound his son, showing he was willing to kill in the name of obedience.
If you kill it, you will regret it. You will lose everything.
The blade rose, and his devotion made him blind, even to the horror of what he was about to do. Suddenly, Michael appeared, blazing with light. Looks like he was updated. A ram was given in place of the boy, proof that obedience had been tested. I watched in rage, knowing the Creator had strengthened Michael to ensure my failure. When the council gathered that day, and I knew this was my moment to speak, I stepped forward with a smile, ready to accuse. Michael bristled, but the Creator restrained him. The Creator allowed me to present my challenge. I claimed that Job's faith was bought with comfort. Job enjoyed his wealth, his family, and peace. There's no reason to defy God when you were happy. Job is faithful, for you protect him. He'll turn away as soon as you take it from him.
Then test him. Do not take his life.
I raised my hand to begin the trial. Fire consumed his barns. Raiders stole his herds. I watched as the blows fell one after another. Even his children were crushed in their house. Job tore his clothes, but he did not curse. He still has his body.
Then hurt him, but don't kill him.
I struck him with disease. His skin broke out in sores. His wife mocked him, telling him to give up. He scraped his wounds, but still said nothing against God. I looked on, expecting him to fall into despair. Instead, I lowered my head, realizing he would not break. The Creator lifted his hand to restore him. Job's wealth returned. His family rejoiced around him again. I clenched my fist in fury. Defeated, I left in the storm. I entered Egypt, seeking to twist its throne to my will. I whispered into Pharaoh's ear, planting the seed of slaughter. He agreed, choosing fear over mercy. His soldiers tore infants from their mothers, and blood sealed his rule. I stood before their idol, ready to claim it as my mask. I reshaped myself, merging man and beast to become their god Seth. I touched the shoulder of their sorcerer, binding him to my power. I gave another one a staff, a tool to mimic wonders. But then Moses stood before Pharaoh, bearing a greater authority. He revealed a golden serpent from his staff. The sorcerer answered with a serpent of darkness. Yet the golden serpent devoured the black, exposing falsehood for what it was. Moses lifted his staff, and the river became a weapon. The Nile turned to blood, choking the lifeblood of Egypt. Frogs swarmed their homes, a mockery of order. Flies covered their faces, stripping them of dignity. Their livestock fell, their strength broken. Boils marked their flesh, reminders of weakness. Hail shattered their harvests, undoing their labor. Locusts devoured what remained, leaving emptiness. Darkness swallowed their cities, silencing pride. Their firstborns perished, the cost of Pharaoh's heart. I bent Pharaoh's ear. My words urged him to resist, even as his kingdom fell apart. He sat in silence, hardened, and I thought his defiance would be my victory. But his gaze was not strength. It was emptiness, already broken by the weight of heaven. I smirked, yet I knew the game was slipping from my hands. Egypt burned, but Israel walked free. I had lost again.
Let him rest, Samael.
He belongs to me.
Moses has served his whole life. Show respect.
All return to dust.
Samuel, please, you can still come back. Then God will forgive you.
Thanks, I only listen to myself.
That path will destroy you.
Then stop me. He moves forward, ready to strike. I swing my blade at him. Let heaven bleed. He blocks me. His strength matches my fury. He throws me down. Their light crushes me once again. He lifts Moses in his arms. They even deny me the dead. He flies away, carrying the corpse to their realm. I push myself up. My blood spills, but I still rise. I lost again, damn it. I saw the Son of God staggering through the desert, weak and sunburnt, his body nearing collapse. He wiped the sweat from his face, and I knew the time had come. I appeared before him, not to strike, but to test what he truly carried inside. If you are the Son of God, turn this stone into bread.
Man does not live by bread alone.
I stepped back, fury swelling. We stood high above the world, where fear should speak louder than faith. Jump down, and the angels will pick you up.
You shall not put the Lord your God to the test.
My patience cracked. I led him to the heights of dominion, offering him every kingdom beneath our feet. I will give you all nations if you bow down to me.
Get out, Satan. You worship only God.
I backed away, my gaze darkening. I rose into the sky, not beaten, only dismissed. He remained alone on the mountain, the man who said no to everything. He turned toward the descent, the weight of the path still ahead. He returned to the sand, choosing obedience over power. From afar, I watched him, the one who would not yield. And though I burned with rage, I did not forget. After 1,000 years, I almost reached the peak of my great work. The revelation has begun. The sun went dark. The signal was clear. And still, they look down, distracted, asleep in the daylight. They've learned nothing, but I have. This time I won't challenge heaven. I'll use the world they built, and they'll never even notice until it's far too late. The Son of God rode forward with the weight of heaven behind him. My form couldn't hold the fire any longer, and I let it consume me. I turned into the dragon. I poured out everything I had gathered through the ages, determined to erase him from the world with the fire I had kept buried until now. The soldiers of light faced me as if they already knew how this would end. He stopped and looked straight at me, showing no fear. I attacked first because I knew the opening wouldn't come twice. He raised his sword with calm precision, and it came down like a sentence already passed. When it drove into my chest, it tore through everything I had built to stand against him. The fire that once obeyed me turned wild, breaking me apart faster than any blade could. His light expanded over the battlefield. He was win. They all won. The heavens opened in answer to him, while I sank into silence with no one left to speak for me. My body dropped under its own weight. I fell, finally. I expected torment. I expected to vanish. Instead, I awoke in the place where it all began, standing before him. He was here, facing me. What was this all about? Why I lost but wasn't sent to hell?
Because there's no hell at all.
What do you mean?
Tell me, Samael, what's meaning of love without free will? Nothing. There's no love without the free not to choose it.
The fruit you gave me, it was your plan from the beginning.
Resist or obey, all lead back to me. Your rebellion paves the way for deeper salvation.
I finally understand.
But don't worry, you are not rejected. Besides, I'm giving you a kingdom.
A kingdom?
A reward for what you have contributed, also a new plan. You will rule and lead them back.
Who? I'll rule who?
The sinners, the ones who turn their back to me.
That moment, I realized I was never the end. I was the beginning of return. I was taken to a new place where no light reached except his.
Let's start here, Samael.
I didn't understand what needed to begin until I saw them. The souls without rest, broken by the weight of their own choices. They weren't condemned. They were waiting. And I'm the one who'll be their savior. One day, we'll rise in the kingdom of God forever.
You have blessed him too much.
Why do you still hold on to your integrity in God?
The day of my birth is cursed, and that in the end, he will stand on the earth.
You are watching The Bible Witness.
My name is Job. I am a servant of God, a husband, a father. Everything I have, he gave. Everything I am, he shaped. My children are the heart of my prayers. They walk through life with the ease I once dreamed of. That too is a gift. I look at them and see lives beyond my control, but never beyond my concern. I keep my worries quiet. God hears what they don't know to say. The Lord has enlarged my portion. Still, I rise early, knowing favor is not forever. I've seen how easily gain turns to dust. Every blessing is a test. I teach my sons to lead so they learn to carry the weight of others. The barns are full, Yet my heart stays empty unless I begin the day in surrender. I remind them daily, responsibility is heavier than gold. To me, everything can change. Only God remains. Even the smallest signs remind me how much I depend on Him. I kneel not to ask for more, but to return what I cannot keep. I do this because I believe intercession matters. If they have sinned in ways they do not see, may it not be held against them.
Please forgive me if my children have made any mistakes.
I believe the Lord hears before I speak. I leave knowing the prayer is already beyond me. If something shifts in the silence, I leave it to the one who sees everything. Though I was not among them, I know the sons of God assembled before the Lord. He was seated in glory, and they stood in reverence. His presence alone declares purpose. The angels bowed themselves. For all in heaven understand the fear of the Lord. They know the weight of His majesty. Their wings were drawn in silence, their heads lowered. The fear of God is clean, enduring forever. The hosts encircled His light, for He is in the midst of His assembly, and His holiness goes before Him. His glory stirred, for He sees all things. There is no thought hidden from Him, no motive unseen. All turn toward Him, for from Him comes every decree, and what proceeds from His mouth shall not return void. Among the gathering there came the accuser. He entered as he always does, restless, seeking occasion. The Lord said to him, "From whence comest thou?" And he answered, "From going to and fro in the earth, for his present Itzeft is blasphemous. He has something in his mind."
Where have you come from?
I have been roaming throughout the earth, going back and forth on it.
Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him, a man who is blameless and upright.
You have blessed him too much. But if you take everything away from him, he will curse you to your face.
Very well then, everything he has is in your power, but on the man himself do not lay a finger.
The accuser may laugh, but the Lord shall have the final word, and heaven shall judge between us. The day began in peace. I stood where I often stand, watching the fields that once answered my labor. Something pressed upon my spirit. I did not yet understand, but my soul leaned into the silence. My eyes searched the horizon, and my breath held its place. The calm would not last. The field stretched before me, but I stood alone. Then messenger came running, dust on his feet, urgency in his voice.
The ox was plowing, the donkey was eating beside it.
I pictured the field as he spoke. I saw the swords in my mind, sharp and sudden. I knew my servants had no chance. I pray the Lord heard him.
The Sabaeans have killed all the servants, and I am the only one left.
I had no time to grieve. My mouth had not yet opened. A second followed, wounded and pale.
Fire consumed the sheepfold and the people living there.
Fire took the hill, and all upon it. I could not name them all, but I knew their faces. I had broken bread with them. Only the dust and the sky remained.
The Chaldeans divided into 3 groups, seized the camels, and killed all the servants.
I imagined the camels running, wild with fear. I imagined blood in the dust. They fell defending what was never theirs, and yet the blows were not done. Another came, his voice broken. He did not need to finish. I saw it in his eyes. My children, all of them, had been feasting. Then the wind rose, the house fell. None lived. The fabric could not carry the weight of my grief. My face burned from weeping. My soul collapsed with my body. Naked I came from my mother's womb. Naked shall I return. The Lord gave and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord, even now, especially now. The house built with care, the beams break, the dust rise. My children were crushed under it.
Are they all dead?
Blessed be the name of the Lord, even now, especially now. I have nothing left. The servants who once carried my burdens now lie dead. What I built has fallen. Everything crumbles when the hand of God allows it. Heaven itself seems to mourn with me. The ground drinks both life and death. My children, flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. Their laughter silenced, their breath taken. My heart is torn beyond words. They were taken without warning. My arms hang empty. I cannot hide the tears. My wife's cries pierce the air. I know her pain. Her anguish is unrestrained. Her grief is a storm fiercer than the rain.
Why do you still hold on to your integrity in God? Curse him and die!
You speak like a foolish woman!
Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I shall return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord.
I remain his servant, even in the ruin of all I loved. The heavens speak of me while I stand in silence on the earth. I am weighed, measured. My faith becomes their subject, my grief their argument. What am I that I should be spoken of by angels and the adversary alike? Satan is trying to prove his point. I am left to bear it while heaven observes.
You see, Job still does not rebel.
The adversary demands more.
Skin for skin. Touch his bone and his flesh. Permit me to cover him with painful sores.
He is in your hands, but do not take his life.
Let them strike. Let them test. I am dust, and I will return to dust. But as long as breath remains in me, it is his breath, not the adversary's. I am in pain. It does not stop. My skin burns, my bones ache. Breathing is hard. I sit with nothing left. I am weak. The pain keeps growing. There is no end. My body gives me no rest. I cannot escape it. Anger comes to me. Despair tells me I am abandoned. My flesh fights me. I am trapped in it. I look for relief, but find none. I scratch until I bleed. Still, it does not stop. She comes. She cannot bear to look at me.
Do you still have faith? Curse God and die!
I look at her. I will not do it.
You talk like a fool.
I drop the shard. I have no strength. She leaves me. I am alone again. I am still alive. My body suffers, but I still belong to God. My friend Eliphaz hears of me. He is troubled. He comes to me. Bildad learns of me. He is shaken. He travels to me. Zophar hears the same. He is heavy in heart. He also comes. They see me from afar. Eliphaz cannot hide his shock. Bildad mourns for me. Zophar grieves with me. They sit down near me. They say nothing. We are silent together.
If someone were to say a word to you, would you be offended?
Behold, you have instructed many, and you have strengthened weak hands. But now trouble comes to you, and you are dismayed.
I have seen those who plow iniquity and sow trouble reap the same.
Consider this. When were the innocent ever destroyed?
A secret word was brought to me, and my ear caught a whisper of it. In the visions of the night, when deep sleep falls on mankind, a spirit passed before my face. I could not discern its form. Can a mortal be more righteous than God?
Blessed is the one whom God corrects, so do not despise the discipline of the Almighty.
For he wounds, but he also binds up. He strikes, but his hands heal. If you return to the Almighty, you will be restored.
Should a wise man answer with empty knowledge? You fill your mouth with the east wind.
You undermine piety and hinder devotion before God.
The eyes of the wicked long for darkness. Terror stalks them at noonday.
The sound of dread fills the ears of the wicked. In the midst of prosperity, the destroyer comes. Are your words truly meant to comfort? Or are you crushing me instead? I have not denied the words of the Holy One, but I have no strength left. If I have sinned, my sin remains with me. Why do you heap burden upon burden? Leave me alone. The day of my birth is cursed. How long will you say such things? Your words are a blustering wind.
Does God pervert justice? Does the Almighty pervert what is right?
When your children sinned against him, he gave them over to the penalty of their sin. But if you will seek God earnestly and plead with the Almighty,
if you are pure and upright, even now he will rouse himself on your behalf.
Your beginnings will seem humble, so prosperous will your future be. Surely God does not reject one who is blameless, or strengthen the hands of evildoers. The hope of the godless shall perish.
Can papyrus grow tall where there is no marsh?
Such is the destiny of all who forget God. The lamp of the wicked is snuffed out. His roots dry up below, and his branches wither above. Terrors startle him on every side and dog his every step. He is torn from the security of his tent and marched off to the king of terrors.
Surely such is the dwelling of an evil man.
Even the moon is not bright, and the stars are not pure in his eyes.
How much less a mortal who is but a maggot,
a human being who is only a worm. Your mouth condemns you, not mine. Your own lips testify against you. God will not reject a blameless man, nor take the hand of evildoers. How can mere mortals prove their innocence before God? Though I were innocent, I could not answer him. I could only plead with my judge for mercy. He is not a mere mortal like me, that I might answer him. God does not restrain his anger. Even Rahab's helpers cower at his feet. Are not my few days almost over? Turn away from me so I can have a moment's joy. You shaped me like clay. Will you now turn me to dust again? Did you not clothe me with skin and flesh, and knit me together with bones and sinews? You gave me life and showed me kindness, and in your providence watched over my spirit. But this is what you concealed in your heart. If I sinned, you would be watching me. Why then did you bring me out of the womb? Are not my days few? Then cease and let me alone, that I may take comfort a little. I have become a byword to everyone, a man in whose face people spit. God has wronged me and drawn his net around me. Though he slay me, Yet will I hope in him. I will surely defend my ways to his face. Keep silent and let me speak. Then let come to me what may. Why do you hide your face and consider me your enemy? You destroy man's hope like a mountain crumbles and erodes away. Man born of woman is of few days and full of trouble. You watch over us like a lion stalking its prey. Oh, that my words were recorded, that they were written on a scroll. Are all these words to go unanswered? Is this talker to be vindicated? Will your idle talk reduce others to silence? Will no one rebuke you when you mock?
You say to God, "My beliefs are flawless, and I am pure in your sight."
Oh, how I wish that God would speak, that he would open his lips against you. Can you fathom the mysteries of God? Can you probe the limits of the Almighty?
They are higher than the heavens above. What can you do?
They are deeper than the depths below. What can you know? Know this: God has even forgotten some of your sin. Yet if you devote your heart to him and stretch out your hands to him, you will stand firm and without fear. Surely you know how it has been from of old, ever since mankind was placed on the earth. The mirth of the wicked is brief. The joy of the godless lasts but a moment. Though the pride of the godless reaches to the heavens, and his head touches the clouds, he will perish forever, like his own dung. Those who have seen him will say, "Where is he?" He will fly away like a dream and not be found. Terrors overtake him like a flood. A tempest snatches him away in the night. The east wind carries him off, and he is gone.
This is the portion from God for the wicked, the heritage appointed to them by God.
Surely such is the fate God allots to the wicked, the heritage appointed to them. That's the end of the godless man's way. Doubtless you are the only people who matter, and wisdom will die with you. But I have a mind as well as you. I am not inferior to you. I have become a laughingstock to my friends, though I called on God, and he answered. God destroys both the blameless and the wicked. The tents of marauders are undisturbed, and those who provoke God are secure. Ask the animals, and they will teach you, or the birds in the sky, and they will tell you. Which of all these does not know that the hand of the Lord has done this? Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him. I will surely defend my ways to his face. I have prepared my case. I know I will be vindicated. Only grant me these two things, God, and then I will not hide from you. Withdraw your hand far from me, and stop frightening me with your terrors. Man born of woman is few of days and full of trouble. He springs up like a flower and withers away. Like a fleeting shadow, he does not endure. You watch us like someone watches a prisoner. Even now my witness is in heaven. My advocate is on high. My intercessor is my friend, as my eyes pour out tears to God. You are miserable comforters, all of you. If you would only be silent, that would be your wisdom. Why do you pursue me as God does? Will you never get enough of my flesh? I know that my Redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand on the earth.
Then suddenly I saw a tornado arose from the horizon.
Who is this that obscures my plans with words without knowledge? Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Who shut up the sea behind doors when it burst forth from the womb? Can you bind the chains of the Pleiades or loosen Orion's belt? Do you hunt the prey for the lioness and satisfy the hunger of lions? Will the one who contends with the Almighty correct him? Look at Behemoth, which I made along with you, and which feeds on grass like an ox. Its tail sways like a cedar. The sinews of its thighs are close-knit. It ranks first among the works of God, yet its maker can approach it with his sword. Can you pull in Leviathan with a fishhook, or tie down its tongue with a rope? Its breath sets coals ablaze, and flames dart from its mouth. Its back has rows of shields tightly sealed together. Nothing can penetrate it. It makes the depths churn like a boiling cauldron, and stirs up the sea like a pot of ointment. It leaves a glistening wake behind it. One would think the deep had white hair. It looks down on all that are haughty. It is king over all that are proud.
The storm is leaving. Sun appeared again.
I know that you can do all things. No purpose of yours can be thwarted.
You asked, "Who is this that obscures my plans without knowledge?" Surely I spoke of things I did not understand, things too wonderful for me to know. My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you.
A tear in my eyes.
Therefore I despise myself and repent in dust and ashes.
For the glory of the Lord.
I am angry with you and your 2 friends because you have not spoken the truth about me, as my servant Job has. Take 7 bulls and 7 rams and go to my servant Job, and sacrifice a burnt offering for yourselves. My servant Job will pray for you, and I will accept his prayer and not deal with you according to your folly.
Bildad humbles himself. Zophar weeps. Eliphaz obeys, though shaken. I stand in the smoke, praying, and God accepts me. I kneel and give thanks. My offering rises to him. He restores my flocks. My herds return in strength. Wealth is given back to me. My house is filled again. My tents are enlarged. I watch over what he has returned. My servants move with purpose. My household is alive once more. My children stand before me again. I see them. My eyes fill with tears. I run to them. I hold them. I weep. My family is gathered. Peace surrounds us. I stand above the valley. I see what he has given. He gives, he takes, and he gives again. My life is in his hands. And in the end, that is enough.
You shall not eat fruit from this tree.
You are watching The Bible Witness.
Every stories they told you about how Eve, the first woman, came to the world are all lies. She's not the first woman, for I was born even before her. But my story was erased, destroyed from every narratives, because they wanted you to believe that a woman cannot be equal to men. But that's all wrong. A woman can be equal to a man in every aspect, and even be better. They expected us to choose side between heaven or hell, but I do not. I belong to the side of my own. You'll learn it through my story. I am Lilith, the first woman on earth. My story started at the beginning of time. God emerged, radiating the first light of creation. He created the earth and water. Water burst forth, spreading into seas. The ocean began to move and rise. The horizon was set, dividing above from below. It stretched wide across the world. Then he created the angels. They are his servants. He gave commands. They do whatever he told them to do. They flew in perfect formation. One lifted the sun into the sky. Another set the moon in its place. But he saw the land lay bare. Then he created life. Grass spread outward. Young trees grew. Birds on the sky and mammals on earth. Then he created Eden, the paradise. Then he started to create him, my husband. He shaped the soil into the form of a man. This was his greatest creation. Then he breathed life into its nose. Then the first man came to be. Chunks of earth fell from its face and chest, revealing flesh beneath. God named him Adam. But day by day, Adam realized everything has a pair. Every animal came with its companion. He found himself standing alone. He wanted a companion. One day when he was sitting there, being sad, God came to him.
I'm not like other species. I'm alone.
I will create you a companion.
Then that's when I was born. The soil was pressed and shaped into my body. Warm breath entered me, filling my chest. The shell around me cracked, pieces falling away from my face and chest. My body lay still for a moment. Then my eyes opened slowly to the blinding light. I sat up and looked around, but I was alone. I stood and walked across the grass. A small creature froze in front of me, then darted away. In the distance, larger ones moved in pairs, side by side, but then a sharp hiss pulled my gaze. Two creatures faced each other, backs arched, fur raised. That's the time I learned conflict. Then he came, hidden behind a trunk, watching me. I was minding my own thing and didn't want disrupted. The grass whispered, and he stepped out from the shade. He moved closer, each step slow and careful. His hand hovered near me. Fingers settled on my shoulder, warm and firm. I turned, surprised to find his face so near. He tried to touch me that I don't want. Instinct pulled me away. I bited him. It works. He was angered. He tried to attack me back.
Stop, both of you.
The Creator was there.
You cannot attack her. You cannot harm him either.
He told us to follow him, and we did. We walked until the towering form of the tree loomed before us. He called this tree the tree of the knowledge of good and evil.
You shall not eat fruit from this tree.
My eyes followed his gesture upward to the single radiant fruit between the shining leaves. He reached for my hand, holding it gently. Then he took Adam's hand in the same way. He joined our hands together. He told us that we will be together for the rest of our life. The next day, God orders all angels to bow to Adam.
You must bow before Adam.
All obeyed. Adam stood in silence, the light on him, but one angel who remained still. He refused to bow down before a human. He was so proud he can't accept the fact that angels was not his son, but just tools. He shot into the air, wings beating hard. God was angry. The angel climbed higher into the sky. God called for the storm. Lightning burst from his hands upward. The bolt struck the angel mid-flight. Fire tore through his clothes and wings. He screamed, curling his body in pain. He tilted and began to fall, flames trailing. His wings drooped as panic overtook him. He plunged into the chasm below, smoke rising after him. I kept my eyes on the sky, wondering how he dared defy God. I can't hide my admiration for his courage, but I think I'll never meet him again. I walked under the low branches, my mind already circling with thoughts I could not shake. I noticed the smallest movement around me seemed to hold a reason, a pattern. I wondered if Adam ever noticed. The cat was no different from a small tiger. That couldn't be a coincidence. Night came, and I sat alone beneath the great tree. The questions pressed harder in the quiet. When Adam joined me, I could no longer keep these questions to myself. Why do all birds look the same? Why do cats look like miniature tigers? Why do monkeys look like humans?
God made them that way.
I stared at him, realizing he would not walk this path of thought with me.
We don't need to know why.
He drifted into sleep, untroubled by what consumed my mind. The gap between us widened in that moment. If there were answers, they would not come from Adam. I would find them on my own. In the day, I found an injured owl. I felt a sharp pity for it. I tried to ease its pain until I noticed something I couldn't understand. That night, sitting by the fire, my mind was still on the owl. Why does an owl have a little finger on its wing? It doesn't need it to fly, does it?
God made them that way.
I leaned back, not wanting to say more. He turned away. We faced away from each other, in every sense. I couldn't stop thinking about that fruit. God had forbidden it, yet placed it here before us. Why doesn't God want us to eat this fruit, but puts it here in front of us? He turned away, arms closed over his chest, shutting me out again.
I don't want to hear this.
Have you ever heard? He was angered.
You only talk about God.
Then his hand struck my face. For a moment, I couldn't breathe. He had chosen force over thought. The sting spread, but the real pain was knowing what this meant. That's it. Something in me had broken. I was leaving him. He did nothing to stop me. He always stayed where it was easy, and I was done with that forever. I walked away fast, heart pounding. I wanted to meet someone. I paused and looked back. Adam wasn't following. That told me everything. I'd seen the rebellious angel fall here before. The thought of him down there pulled me forward. My fingers dug into the rock. Every step down felt heavier, but I didn't stop. Fear flickered in me, but I caught myself and kept going. The air turned cold and damp. Everything is dark and brooding. Then I saw him. He wasn't look good. His wing was broken, eyes half closed. I froze behind the stone until he noticed me. Who are you? His eyes opened slowly.
My name is Samael, one who's been punished.
I stayed where I was, studying him. He tried to sit up, leaning against the wall. You're the fallen angel?
Fallen? I'm the only one who resisted to fall before him.
You hated God?
No, I hated Adam. I love God. I just can't agree with him.
Then I understand you. I moved closer, drawn in. Does it hurt?
Not the kind you can touch.
I sat across from him, watching his face.
Do you want to know everything?
I held his gaze. I didn't answer. But he already read me.
Eat from that tree.
I stayed silent. I know which tree he's talking about. He's telling me to break the rule. My hand tightened into a fist. I looked toward the cave's exit. My choice was already made. I stepped forward and saw Adam blocking my way. His face told me he was ready for a fight, not a conversation.
You left without permission.
I come as I want, I go as I want. No idiot with a whinny tell me to do anything. His hand curled into a fist, and I knew what was coming. The slap came hard and fast. It stung, but it didn't surprise me. My head snapped to the side, and I forced myself not to flinch.
You were born to obey me. If I didn't ask God to create you, you'd never exist.
My body moved before I thought. I lunged at him. My teeth sank into his arm. He hissed and ripped himself free. His shove knocked me down. I pushed myself up. He came at me again, all force and no thought. We hit the ground, twisting and shoving, neither letting go. I broke away, stepping back to make space between us. My hand found a rock, heavy, solid, enough to end this. He rose, and for a moment we just stared at each other. I charged before he could move first. The rock met his head with a sickening thud. His eyes went wide. I stood there, breathing hard, blood dripping from the stone in my hand. I turned and ran. I wasn't going to give him a second chance. I kept running, forcing my legs to move faster. I couldn't stop now, sweat stinging my eyes, but all I could see was the path ahead and the thought of getting away. The trees swallowed me, and I let them hide me from everything I'd just left behind. All the times God said, "Don't touch this," mean nothing now. That command never protected me, it only chained me. He put it here to remind me I have no right. I will not be obedient anymore. I eat as if each mouthful is a curse spat in his face. I don't need his grace. Just when I swallowed them, heat floods my body. My eyes burn. Then the pain, violent, tearing, skin splitting. The wings are forcing its way out. Changes should came along with unbearable pain. I'm the new me now. The ground falls away. Eden is beneath me now. He can keep his paradise. Owls swarm around me. They don't ask. They don't judge. It's the first time I see the world beyond the walls. I'm Lilith, and I belong to myself. The sky splits beneath me. Eden shrinks away. I fall into the wide world. My wings fold. My feet meet dust. Samael's there, as if the universe placed him for me. I run to reach him. He's letting me close the space. I crash into him. Arms, breath, everything collides. His arms lock around me. For the first time, I feel like I was loved. I lean into him. As our lips meet each other, the rest of the world can wait. I didn't know the horizon is endless before, nor know that it belongs to us. Our children fill every inch of the cave, crawling clean to walls, hanging from the ceiling. I can't even hear myself think over the sound of their voices. One yanks my hair. I pull its hand away, but others are already crawling up my legs. I am their mother, but I am so tired. I chose this life with Samael, but right now I wonder if I have the strength to carry it. His shadow stretched across the stone before I even saw his face. Once that sight meant safety. Now it only told me how far apart we'd drifted. He carried food in his hand. He held the meat out to me. I took it without touching him. I set it on my lap but didn't eat.
Where have you been?
I flew back to Eden to see what was going on up there.
Who the hell cares about that shitty place? We were already free.
I saw your ex-husband asking God for another wife. He didn't even ask where you went, babe. He think of replacing you already. God accept his request, but this time a little bit different. And then I saw him reach into Adam's chest. A piece of him was taken. It was a rib taken from Adam's chest. From that rib, she appeared. She opened them, and the first thing she saw was Adam. He learned, isn't it? She knelt before him without being told, head down, hand to her heart. She accepted his ownership in the most naturally way. They named her Eve, which means she belongs to him totally.
My husband walked out of the cave, wings unfolding slowly, the shadow of each feather stretching over the stone. I ran after him, feet slipping on the rock. I dropped to my knees and clutched his robe, refusing to let him leave me again.
Don't go, babe. Please stay.
I have a plan, more important.
My fingers lost their strength. His sleeve slipped away from my hand. He rose into the night, wings beating against the wind, shrinking into the clouds until there was nothing left but the sound of the sea. Eve seems to be quite happy for what was prepared for her. She picks a flower, so innocent, so untouched by pain. Then Samael came in the shape of a serpent. His eyes lock with Eva's. He told her to eat the fruit. Eve does as what he said, like me, but we are not the same. I ate the fruit because I rejected. She ate the fruit because she's naive. Then Adam found out. She told him to break the rule, and he listened. How did he listen to her but not me? It's unfair, unfair. Suddenly, a blinding light poured down from above. The Lord himself, his presence was absolute power, his gaze unyielding and merciless. Adam and Eve stood together, their eyes wide with fear and pain. They broke the rule. They need to face consequences. Adam bowed his head in fear. Eve stood still like a statue. God cursed Adam by his sweat and cursed Eve by her pain.
Get out of here.
They clasped hands and walked away, facing their grim fate together. They moved toward the massive gates, backs turned to paradise. I believed that their love will be fading since this time, but I was wrong. I saw they hold hands on this barren land. They dare starting over from nothing. Adam sticks a dry branch into the ground, marking their claim to this place. Eve is planting trees. Adam uses stones to build a home. Eve washes tubers, preparing food. Adam makes a fence from dry branches, drawing boundaries to protect their new life. Eve sows seeds, planting their future. She softens tree bark, weaving the first fabric. Adam cuts rough cloth with a sharp stone, making clothes. They build a house together, not a cave like mine. Eve sews clothes from thorny plants, turning pain into strength and protection. Adam blows life into the fire, keeping it burning. And after all, they still be together. As I'm silently watching, I'm nursing the envy burning inside me. Through the owl's eyes, I see every detail, every quiet moment, every small smile they don't know I'm watching. I fly through the darkness, my wings black as my fury and jealousy. I watch Eve fix Adam's clothes, a simple gesture that tears at me. She wipes sweat from her brow and keeps digging. They walk side by side all the times, while I, Lilith, hover here, not just darkness, but rage and challenge they must face. I was wrong. I was wrong. I flew alone, wings cutting hard through the sky. I landed at my cave where my children live. Hundreds of them ran out, wild and needy. One jumped on my shoulder, thinking it could hold me. I pulled it off, no mercy. I was angry and kicked one off the cliff into the sea. It fell crashing down. Splash, I didn't care. There are too many. Then suddenly, the angels showed up. My kids scattered, scared. The angels called Senoi, Sansonoi, and Semanguloff. The angels hovered ready to grab me. I looked them in the eye. They told me to return.
God wants you back.
I will not return there.
You have no right to refuse orders.
I have the right to choose freedom.
Your freedom is chaos.
And obedience is slavery. They prepared to take me. They came at me all at once. Don't touch me!
You won't get away this time. We'll get you back no matter what.
Bound, kneeling, but I refused to break.
You fled from obeying Adam, and then unconditionally obeyed Samael.
I obey no one.
You'll see it soon. We'll come back in 3 days. You better decide quick.
Then they left. I looked up, alone on the shore. Where are you now when I need you the most, Samael? I sit alone while my kids sleep, scattered and silent. Then Samael arrives, dark and heavy, stepping into my world. Where have you been?
Better if you don't know.
I still want to know.
I planted a seed into Eve. She welcomed me with all her desire. She carried my child in her womb. His name was Cain. He would grow up with his brother, Adam's son, and kill him without hesitation. The first sin would spill blood on the earth.
I stared at him, disbelief burning in my eyes. You're a cheater.
Cheater? Am I? Didn't you leave him for me? You are the original cheater, dear.
I clenched my teeth, fury burning inside.
You must obey me. Isn't that what you were born to do?
Attack him! My children surged from the shadows toward him. One leapt onto his shoulder. He spun, shaking them off one by one. They swarmed his legs, wings, and back. He flapped his wings hard, throwing some off. Staggering, he ran out of the cave. He flew quickly into the night as rain began to fall. I stood still, arms hanging limp in the wet rain. Rain poured hard as I stepped from the cave. I knelt, head bowed low. Rain mixed with my tears on my face. Alone, I sat in the pouring rain. I've made my choice. The next day, I'm going to meet the angels. Fear no longer controls me.
Have you decided yet?
Doubt flickers, but only briefly. My resolve only grows stronger. I will not return. I will not choose any side. I choose my own side. They were shocked.
Then every day 100 of your children will die.
I will not be broken. I will give birth to more than 100 children every day. My child's. My kids will follow me no matter what. I stand alone, but never lonely. The fire inside me burns fiercer than ever. Attack! To my command, they surge forward. This is my fight, my freedom, my will. I am Lilith, and I am a woman.